racing tomorrow, which also includes our headlining Trans Am races. We've got a full grid of over 46 cars in TA2 and a host of TA and GT cars as well. Here we go then. This is our Group 2, Feature Race 1, the NetJets Feature Race 1. Lined up nicely for the acceleration up to the Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers. They start to spread out now. Side by side between Kazimets and Jeff Brabham. Kazimets gets the advantage. Brabham slots into second.
That's Quadracci there on the driver's left.
Yep.
Making that inside lane. Looking like he's fighting just right behind Matt Brabham.
Matty Brabham in the all-yellow slots into third. There he is in the number 4.
Right behind his dad, Matt Brabham. In 1 year, we've seen him race Trans Am, Indy Lights, those stadium super trucks.
Yep.
Just a little bit of everything. I think he did it the GUR series.
Yeah. He'll jump in anything. He's a Brabham, that's for sure. He'll race whatever you like. And by the way, that goes back to the days of Sir Jack Brabham, when Formula One drivers like Sir Jack would race Formula 2 and occasionally even smaller cars.
Yeah.
And whatever they were thrown at, whatever was money for, that's why America took off, because drivers like Jack Brabham would come over and race the Indy 500.
And look at this, right where we left off last time.
I know.
Jeff Brabham takes over from Tonis Kazimets. Tonis Kazimets gets the draft right behind him. Joel Quadracci there in 4th, trying to get behind him, but Matt Brabham trying to pick which car to get behind.
Into 12, side by side, and Matt's going to pick up the pieces if they get it wrong. Dad slots into second place. It's Brabham in second and third as they chase Tonis Kazimets into the stadium section. Line astern, nothing between them. Coming up to 14 now. Matt Brabham goes high and wide with a view to doing the switchback. Try and get as much drive as he can and maybe make just a little jolt into the inside there, a la Verstappen all those years ago. But he can't quite do it. You can see from above.
He's got the momentum, though.
Oh, yeah. They're glued together, the three of them pulling away as we kind of expected into 19 for the first time. Nothing between the top three.
Matt Brabham we saw on new tires, so he may be waiting for those tires to warm up just a little bit more before he can really turn it on. But watch for Tonis and Jeff to go side by side into one here.
Here we go. Brabham slots out, and now it's side by side up the hill. Brabham's got the better line for now. He just needs to keep the car there, brake nice and smoothly, turn it in, and Kazimets has nowhere to go at that point. The 44 trying to stay with him. That's Joel Quadracci in 4th position, and behind him, Bruce Hamilton in 5th.
We're going to have to stay with these leaders, though. This race is just too good, Jonathan. We've got too many legends up here. Unbelievable as we see Quadracci and Bruce Hamilton come through. But this is, I think we've already had, what, 3-4 lead changes up there for the battle for first?
Yep, there's the BT36. Bruce Hamilton coming through there in 4th position. But look at this battle at the front as Matt Brabham looks as though he's jumped into 2nd place now, behind Kazimets, and he has. Behind his dad, excuse me, Jeff Brabham now leads from Matthew Brabham, and Kazimets drops to 3rd. What a race! He's gone from 1st to 3rd in half a lap. Now it's going to be interesting to sort themselves out into 12.
Travis Engen followed by Ron Hornig. That is the car Matthew Brabham was in last time, I believe.
Yep.
That's Ron Hornig, who's put this whole thing together for us, ladies and gentlemen. So, Ron, thank you for this. Brabham side by side, Jonathan.
This is great. And Matthew Brabham says, hey, Dad, watch a little bit of this. Through he goes and into the lead. Matthew Brabham leading his father, Jeff. And Jeff says, ha, son? Yeah, not so quick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Into the lead they go, and they are putting on a show in great equipment and showing us what it takes to be a great racing driver. Kazimets, though, is not holding back, and he's going to be joining this fun combination of racing between the three of them, and Matt goes from 1st to 3rd. I love it. Now he's gone hung out to dry a little bit, now gains back 2nd place.
And ladies and gentlemen, last year, it was just the same thing, I think 2 years ago when they did this, and they got out of the car and all agreed that was the most fun race they've ever had. And here they're doing it again. How cool is this?
Really cool. Out of 20 then, down the main straight. Brabham Senior leading the way from Brabham Junior. Here we go. Matthew Brabham jinks to the inside. Again, side by side as they come up to Big Machine Vodka. Spike Coolers turn 1. Matthew Brabham takes the lead. Kesemet's right there in third.
Yeah, unbelievable here. You can really see how equally yoked they are as Brabham goes really far out wide on the curbs there. But I think the tires have kind of come to him as we see Joel Quadracci and Bruce Hamilton. But we're back up here, and it looks like Tonis and Jeff now are the battle as Matt gaps them just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little further back. Horning in a good battle with Travis Engin, who's having a busy day. Giraud is in 9th position, just ahead of Hansen in 10th. Then it's Crow, Flynn, Cowdrey, just ahead of Tovo, Ethan and Jackson Tovo in those more modern cars. We haven't seen them yet, but they're in those modern cars because we can't take our eyes off this great battle. Matthew Brabham leads them into 11. Now they'll sort themselves out in the run to 12 again. Now here's that second group.
Oh,
we got a caution.
Time to catch our breath a little bit.
That was Travis Engin in that second group. Yeah. So Matthew takes a breath.
I think I saw Bob Lima out there in the Smothers Brothers car. I can't remember which one. I'm sure somebody in our comments can tell me. Was it Dickie Smothers? Which one of the Smothers brothers was the race car driver? But that's the actual car that he raced.
Good question.
And the Smothers brothers, you know, kind of, they had like that variety show on TV, and they were smart enough to kind of disguise the things that they were saying during the Vietnam War to get by the censors, but everybody knew what they were talking about. Just really, really kind of highbrow comedy disguised as lowbrow comedy back in the late 60s, early 70s.
And we'll be back after a short break with more from Ben's trove of fun facts.
Hungry for SVRA action? Well, the best way to enjoy classic auto racing is with a delicious classic from Mission Foods. Green flag your race-watching snacks with Mission's mouth-watering race day recipes. Try some of our tasty tacos, piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. So gear up your ride and fuel up those stomachs with delicious Mission Foods. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
You've got a business to run, big and heavy products to ship, and customers who need them now. When you've got the right driver and the right equipment, you can bet on a spectacular result. Bennett understands complex logistics and puts the best team, the most time, and the latest technology into every customer relationship. So you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the race. Let us handle the rest.
Together, we can move anything.
Welcome back. We're under caution here, and just looking at the history of some of the BT35s, because that's what we've got out there. Built in 1971 for Formula Atlantic, of course, Formula B and Formula 3. So that's the sort of potted history of the guys at the front. You've got Jeff in a BT35-31 and Matt in a BT35-26. And
Shadows are getting longer.
BT20. Yeah, they are getting longer, yeah. We saw this last night. Once you hit the 6 o'clock hour, it starts to go down quick. And we are facing the west, and it is going down quick. And in these low formula cars with the undulations that you've got here, it can be quite disorientating after a while.
Wait, did we have a pass for the leaders in Formula Ford? Is Crow not the leader of the Fords? Maybe it's Hansen.
Yeah, Ava Hansen is
wow, yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's leading.
There you go. And I think we're going to be able to have a one-lap shootout.
Okay,
now,
good.
don't think this race is over because we just saw 4 passes in one lap between these two leaders, the 3 leaders.
Yeah, well, they're evenly yoked, no question. Kesemets is holding his own.
But this might put Quadracci. We might have 4 or 5 cars in the
back
battle
of this
here.
Group. Mark Giraud in that BT29.
They're
Same as Kesemets.
They're not putting heat in the tires. You know, they're not going back and forth. I'm wondering, maybe I just don't know enough. Maybe this class doesn't need to do that.
I'm thinking that this could actually be the last lap. So they're not bothering because they're going to be brought in. But we'll see. But that could be the reason. Is no need to warm the tires up if you're not going to actually go sprinting. So we'll find out in a moment. But I get the idea that this could be how we finish this one.
Yeah.
Which means that Matty Brabham beats Dad. That's bragging rights. That's who's buying the stakes tonight then, Dad.
Not the way Matt Brabham would have wanted to win it.
You'll
but
take it, though.
a
He's
win
a racing
nonetheless,
driver.
yeah.
No, I know we've had a lot of fun, but it's a joy to be around the Brabhams. They are literally royalty from Australia, but they've made, all of the Brabhams have made America their home for racing, and they have taken a big chunk of the history of motor racing in the last 20, 30 years or so, and it continues. It's fantastic.
When they were here in 2019, I made the mistake of calling Jeff Brabham a gentleman driver.
Ooh.
And the next morning, he kind of threatened me with my life.
Yeah,
So
you don't want to mess with an Aussie.
Yeah, have you ever been threatened by your childhood hero? It's quite an experience.
Yeah, yeah.
It was kind of neat. And he's such a great guy. I love talking to him. We have a lot of fun. Ron Hornig is putting together some kind of great, crazy surprise package for us next year that we're going to try to go back to an all Formula B class of racing, and that should be so much fun to watch. But it's really neat to see.
Oh, no question. Now we'll see.
Oh, you
what
can
happens,
see
but
there
yeah.
at the last Matthew
that's wild.
McConaughey.
Yep. At turn 18, we've got a spillage and a clear up in action. So that is why we are going to finish under caution. No doubt about it. It's a shame, because that was a good, fun little battle for a while. But, as you say, they'll be back in action tomorrow morning. And that will be a cracking way to start the day. There is the checkered flag. We do take it under caution, which means Matthew Brabham wins in the 6A ahead of Jeff Brabham in the 83 Kesemets. The pole man takes third, Quadracki in fourth, Hamilton fifth, Horning in sixth, Engin in seventh, Reeder in eighth position, Giraud and Hansen rounding out the top 10.
Let's see what happens here, father-son. Little probably thumbs down to each other. They wish they could have gotten, you know, to race a little bit more.
As long as the cars are okay. Yeah.
I can't remember if you mentioned this, but remember you were talking to Jeff a couple years ago, and he had never really driven a Brabham before he started driving in vintage.
Yeah, bizarre. So we've just seen some classic cars with some classic names driving them. The Brabhams are well and alive here at the Circuit of the Americas. We'll take a short break. More action coming up. We've got one more big race for you from Group 10.